What's going on, guys? I'm Josh.
I'm Samantha.
And we're the Collecting Couple. And today we're going to talk about how to not get scammed by mystery boxes.
Let's get started.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Make sure that before we get started, you leave a like down below. Also, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you know when we post our new videos. But let's go ahead and get into how to not get scammed by mystery boxes. All right, let's talk about
mystery boxes.
Mystery boxes, what we're talking about today. So there's different things to consider when you're buying a mystery box. So for one, how many Pops do you have in your collection? So we have over 800 Funko Pops in our collection.
Yes.
So we got to be picky about what kind of boxes we buy because we don't want to get a bunch of stuff
that we already have
or a bunch of crap that we don't want.
Right.
But if you're a new collector and you don't have a lot of Pops at all, or you don't really care what Pops you get because you just love all types of Pops, there are some good options out there. So there are boxes on Amazon that are from people. They're just from people. They're not from a company. Not from companies.
It's literally just someone has an Amazon profile and they're selling on Amazon.
Now, these can be a little risky.
Yes.
Because you don't, a lot of the times they don't tell you what's in this box. They just tell you there's
They don't say
Pops.
if there's commons, exclusives, chases, anything like that. They just say there's like 6 Pops in the box.
So you gotta be very careful because you don't want to get scammed. You don't want to buy a $30 box and you get back $10 worth of commons or whatever. So make sure you do a lot of research. If you don't feel comfortable buying it, don't buy it. This also happens on eBay.
Yes.
A lot
of times on
eBay. I personally would not buy a mystery box off of eBay if I were you. That's more likely where you're going to get scammed. Those are where the more sleazy people are.
They're going to post, sometimes they post pictures they find on the internet for pristine boxes, and then you get your box and it looks like someone stepped on it.
I personally would not buy from Amazon or eBay for mystery boxes. I'm just too skeptical. Plus, like we said, we have a lot of commons and a lot of Pops, so it's just too risky for us. But if you're into that, you know.
And if you want to take the risk,
you
want to take the risk, you take it. But for us, we are very diligent on what we spend our money on for mystery boxes. So we don't want to risk getting something either crushed or something that's like out of the blue from our collecting once. So that's why we don't want to take the risk with Amazon or eBay boxes.
Let's talk about the next factor. So we've got to consider value. What kind of value you're getting out of the box? So there are some companies, you've got like Toy USA's out there. That's probably like the biggest mystery box company.
I would say the biggest or the most well-known. Maybe
Toy USA.
That, Chalice, Chrono Toys.
You've really got to read the description of these mystery boxes. So it depends on how much of a risk you're wanting to take. Now with mystery boxes, sometimes they are $50, $100, $150, $200, $300, $500,
$750, $1,000.
It can get really pricey, so it depends on what your price point is. I think the most we've spent on a mystery box is $100.
Yeah.
I think, and it's risky. So some of these things you've got to read. Is it a guaranteed value box? And what does that mean?
If it's guaranteed value, that means you are guaranteed, if it's a $100 box, you spend $100 on it, you are guaranteed the Pops in that box to equal and add up to $100 in value.
Now that does not include shipping, so you can't include the shipping cost in that. That's a separate cost. That's a guaranteed value box. Now there are more high-risk boxes out there. So for instance, Toy USA sometimes does some $500 mystery boxes, and often these are not guaranteed value.
Or if they are, they're like guaranteed like 300 back. So you're not really guaranteed.
That's a risk you're taking. So you know, sometimes, and we're guilty of this sometimes too, we'll buy a box and we don't get our value back and we kind of complain a little bit.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't really do that, and you know, we gotta learn from that too sometimes. You're taking the risk by clicking pay now and ship to me or whatever the button says. You have signed on to their terms of service for that box. And what you get is what you get. So make sure you're checking value, checking their terms, looking at how much money are you wanting to spend, what are you wanting to get out of the box.
Another factor to consider with mystery boxes and mystery box companies is when they're going to ship that box to you. If you buy a mystery box from eBay or Amazon, they're more than likely going to ship it either starting that day or the next day. So you're guaranteed to get your box pretty soon and quickly. But I know some companies like Toy USA, we just did one with the Pop Cure or we're going to be doing one with the Pop Cure tomorrow. They sometimes have in their terms they're not going to ship out until all the boxes sell. And that's usually what the companies do, is until all the boxes are sold out. So if you are wanting that box quickly, sometimes, unless you know that that's a company who sells out quickly, you know, you
might be waiting a while.
Yeah, you might be waiting a while and you won't know really when they're shipping out. Could be a month from now, it could be a week from now. It really is in limbo.
Be on the lookout for themed boxes. So some companies or people on Facebook or Instagram will have themed boxes. So if you're an anime collector, they might have an anime mystery box. Check what's in those boxes. If it's full of a bunch of stuff you already have, don't spend the money on it. If it's a Star Wars box, if you've got, like I've gotten a lot of Star Wars commons, I probably won't buy that box unless there's a high grail.
High grail.
High grail. Some of these boxes have high, top, thousands of dollars grails in them. If you're wanting to take that risk, take the risk. But obviously, if you're a Marvel collector, don't go buy the anime box if you're not going to want anime pops. That's just not something smart to do. Make sure that you're doing more research into these boxes.
So here on our channel, we have done a couple different mystery boxes, but one thing to be on the lookout for, especially on Instagram or on these companies' websites, is if they're posting what you can get in your boxes. So I know Toy USA, they do like usually 4 different pictures on their Instagram. One is like the top hits for the box that you could get, and then the second one's like a decent value, then the third, and then the fourth is usually just all commons.
Some companies only post their top grails, like Nerdy Newt does this, they'll post top grail. Grail Box is one that does this as well. They only post the top grails.
So you have no idea what other kind of commons or anything come in it unless it's a themed box.
So something smart to do would be, you know, if you're looking at those top grails and you only see maybe one top grail that you want in there, personally for us, I don't think we would be willing to take that risk because you're spending $50 to upwards of $300, $400, $500 trying to get one Funko Pop that you probably aren't even going to get.
No.
Just if you're being honest, by the odds you probably won't get. It's probably not smart to go after that box. The ones that we usually pull the trigger on are if there's multiple ones that we really like and they're top grail hits that are worth the shot, and we just decided it's worth pulling our money out for.
Another thing to look for is if the box is strictly only a grail box. I know sometimes Toy USA does that. They do only grails. You have a higher chance of winning because usually they only do maybe 20 boxes. They also, other companies do like, oh, you're guaranteed to get a Chase exclusive or an exclusive, no commons. That's a really good box to get too. We do those usually on our channel because we do have so many commons in our collection. Another thing to look out for, which is not included in like what type of pop, it is whether the box has damage or not. So sometimes companies do damage boxes. Toy USA does damage boxes where the Funko Pops can have either really minor damage, like
major damage,
or major damage. So
it depends on what kind of collector you are. If you are mint pristine, you know, you don't want to go for those damaged ones. Although we have done them, and they're mostly minor damage. So I would recommend doing damaged ones, but it just depends on how picky you are. Really what this comes down to with mystery boxes is checking those terms of service for the company or the person who's posted on Amazon or eBay. Read the entire terms of service because you don't want to be caught in a trap where if you get a mystery box that you don't like, you might have signed on to a terms of service that you didn't realize if you didn't fully read it.
That's going to do it for this video, guys. We'll see you next time, and remember,
never stop collecting.